will tell you I tackled it, I pinned it down, I harassed it, and then I wrestled it. And now it's working fine.
That's right.
Because it heard the word from me. And take no shit.
That's right. Well, that's what being live is about. Sometimes you are going to have tech problems.
So true.
Yeah. I'm just labeling our live stream here. So Thursday night part 2. All righty. Sorry, you guys. It is what it is, but let's keep going. So, apophyllite. I won't go into that big old story again that
2 more pieces.
we missed, but but we love apophyllite because our dad ended up buying us a pile of it while we were down there.
Yeah, we bought some, so he thought we must have a whole lot more.
Well, every time he'd walk past there, those guys would recognize him and they'd start offering him an even better deal. Yeah. So even after we flew home, he'd be calling us going, "You guys, I got another box for X amount of dollars." Like he just, he was living it up.
He just kept doing it. It was pretty great.
We had so much of it, we were able to sell it for a stupidly good price because this is expensive stuff. And we brought home a ton of it too because our dad bought it all for us and he was so excited about it. Probably the only crystals the man ever bought us,
Yeah.
Just because he would have probably not known what to buy. But anyway, so it's important stuff. But apophyllite, again, if you are wanting a stone that is just good for the crown chakra, good for staying balanced in the crown, good for communicating with the other side, with higher dimensions, this is a really good stone for that.
It is.
Yeah. And then the last show and tell I have is green obsidian.
Ooh, yeah.
Love green obsidian. This came from Brazil. We have a friend who, it continues to actually. He's indigenous and he has gone all over the world to other indigenous people to learn from their medicine people and their customs and things. And it's been really cool because we've had lots of opportunities to benefit from what he's learning and buy stones from him from the places he goes. So this gorgeous piece came from Brazil and it just is an amazing heart chakra stone. So I love it. Yeah. So that's what's up. And definitely if you posted a reading request in the last live stream before we, went to pieces, we missed it. It didn't come back. So you'll want to post that again. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. So if you have any crystals questions for us, we'd love to answer them. And if you want a crystal suggestion, we'll do that too. And if you have something else you need from us, we can do that too. It looks like we still have 15 minutes. So we'll keep on going.
Yes.
So the only other thing I wanted to say about crystals is that there are certain ways that you connect with crystals. There are certain ways to use them. And so, Christy, would you talk to us a little bit about what activates the properties of a crystal and, just good care?
So what activates the properties of a crystal is either to change its temperature or put pressure on it. And you'll see like in, scientific uses of crystals, that's exactly what they do. Something puts pressure or there's a temperature change on a stone to make it either hold an energy or release an energy, like, diamonds and garnets and quartz crystal and that kind of thing. And we can benefit from the same thing. So holding a stone in your hand, you'll notice it warms up, causing it to release its properties, or rubbing a stone with your thumb. That's my absolute favorite thing. Anything like this piece of petrified wood is one of my favorite, like palm stones. If you like to just rub one with your thumb, something like this is great. And so, interacting with the stone and giving it opportunity to interact with your body is really important. Carrying a stone in your pocket is great because if you've ever had a stone in your pocket, you know that stone gets warm. Yeah. It's coming into contact with your energy body and it's releasing its properties by warming up. So those are things you need to remember. It's not just about keeping it on a shelf. You need to actually physically come into contact with it.
Yeah. Awesome. How about clearing stones?
There are a lot of ways to clear stones, and you want to clear stones because stones hold energy. That is what they're meant to do. Now, they have a certain energy of their own, but they also pick up energy. Particularly like a piece of, this is fluorite. Fluorite is a stone that picks up a lot of energy, but really they all do. So there are several ways to clear them. You can wash them in water, but not all stones can be in water. And so you want to learn about your stones because some of them are too soft for that. Some of them you can sit in salt overnight. Again, you can't do that with all stones, so learn about them. One great way is to sit them outside overnight on the full moon to release their, to release the energy and to charge them with good energy.
Mhm.
And there are lots of other ways in energy healing processes. That's one of the things I do a lot of teaching of. And I'm going to do some teaching on that over at Spirit School. I think that's what I'm going to do actually for my class this month, which is next week. It's next Tuesday at 7 p.m. Pacific, or Mountain. Dang it. Why do I say that? I know why, but it's been a long time. I'm going to do a class on crystals. So we're going to go a little deeper in using stones. And I'm going to teach you some stuff about how to clear them, how to charge them, that kind of thing. So that's for Spirit School for next week. So
Great.
if you aren't in Spirit, you want to learn about that, it's just our membership through YouTube. So you go join the membership. There's a button on the front of our YouTube page that says join. Click on that. And then you've joined our subscription. And that means that you are able to go to the 3 things we do a month, which is 2 classes and 1 guided imagery meditation. And so they are we have Sundays on Tuesdays, the second and the fourth Sunday at 10 a.m. Mountain, and the 4th Tuesday at 7 p.m. Mountain are when the classes are. That's when they're live streamed. You don't have to go to them live. But you can always post your questions on those videos and we will help you. So I'm going to do stones next Tuesday and teach you some very specific ways to use them, to clear them, to charge them, and how to determine what stone is good for what issue. So I'm going to teach you a whole bunch of fun stuff. I generally call that Crystals 101. So I'm going to teach that next week.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Cranky wondered if you could tell her about the properties of turquoise. She's very attracted to it. And that's a good conversation because a lot of turquoise isn't really turquoise. So it's good to talk about this one and know.
Yeah, it's the real deal because magnesite is a stone that is used to fake turquoise a lot. But real turquoise is very good for the throat chakra, but it's also a really high vibrating spiritual stone, similar to lapis lazuli. It's been used in, spiritual millennia. But you want to make sure where you're sourcing your turquoise from, so it's real. So it's definitely real turquoise.
Yeah,
I don't think
turquoise is so frequently
I
fake.
have a nice piece of turquoise, and it's over there where I can't get to it. So.
Yep. So definitely one of the best ways you know that you're getting real turquoise is to buy it from a mine. There are a lot of turquoise mines
from Kingston or direct.
Lots
then
of turquoise mines in Montana or Nevada.
Mm-hmm.
And
Nevada and Arizona.
Mm-hmm. And that's a great way to know. Yeah. Okay. Let me see if there's any more crystal. Oh, Innocuous wondered if there's a particular crystal to help you with your health.
Just in general, a health crystal? Well, okay. Yeah, I would say, honestly, like a root crown stone, like Tibetan quartz is a root crown stone. What that means is there's a black stone inside of a clear stone. And so it balances your root chakra and your crown. Mm-hmm. And so that in general is going to improve your health. So like a piece of tourmalinated quartz, so it has black tourmaline inside of it, or a piece of Tibetan quartz. Either of those would be good.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. All righty. Let me see if there's any more crystal questions, and then we'll keep going. Colleen said her coworker keeps her crystals in her bra, only the ones that are related to the chakras from the heart and up. That's awesome. A lot of people do that. I used to do that when I worked not at home.
Yeah, me too. Well, in our store, it was so funny because people would lean over and all their crystals would fall out of their bra on the floor, women, obviously. Mm-hmm. And they were like, oh, sorry, and picking them all up. And we're like, well, you're like the third person today to do that, so it's really fine. But that's very common.
I had a coworker that told me that she ripped her bra off and it flipped across a crystal across the room and hit her daughter in the head.
That's funny. I got one stuck
That
in
one
our
killed
dryer
me.
one time because I
Yeah.
always carry stones with me. And one time our dryer wouldn't turn for a long time, and we were poor at the time and just couldn't do anything about it. So we were going to um, the laundromat, and then my wife Rhonda got looking in there to see if she could figure out why, and there was a, a little clear quartz point jammed in the side of the drum, keeping the dryer from turning. And when she pulled it out, our dryer was totally fine.
Nearly ruined a
Yeah,
whole dryer. Too funny.
nearly, very close.
Well, let's do a few readings. So,
Sure.
JR said, "Can I get an energy reading for my uncle and help his mom who has passed to help him?" And I would love to take a look at that one. In the meantime,
Mm-hmm.
Christy. Oh, Lauren wanted to know, are most crystals universal in their effect on people?
Oh, and the answer to that is no, they're not. I mean, in general, there are, if you read like the Judy Hall books or whatever, the melody books about crystals, you'll get a lot of this crystal is for this, but lots of people have different energetic and emotional responses to various stones. Like we've talked about here on before that I hate moldavite. I hate it with a fiery passion. I don't like to touch it. I don't even like to be in the same room with it. And lots of, healers and teachers and psychics like me love it and find it really high vibrating. So it's not unusual for you to like really love one stone and really hate another. That's okay. It's really important to just really trust yourself about what feels good to you, because you're definitely going to find some differences from person to person when it comes to stones. So I always encourage people, I give guidelines around, hey, this stone is good for that, or this stone is good for that, as long as that feels good to you. Because if it doesn't, that's okay. Try something else, and in our when we get into this more deeply in our spirit school class next week, I'll talk a little bit about how you figure out what stone is good for what situation. And it's a way that will help you to determine like lots of different stones that could work for the same situation. So you then use one that you feel drawn to.
Yeah. Awesome. Very good.
Yeah.
So, JR, I moved into your uncle's space through you, and his mom is all over that. She was already all over that. I want you to know that she said that she's heard your pleas to come, and she also, is very aware of what's happening with him. Wow, really struggling and suffering right now a lot. So
Mm,
I grounded him. I wrapped him up in a lot of pink light for comfort. I feel like that's what he needs more than anything right now. And not just your mom or his mom, but it looks to me like there's a grandma here, a grandpa, a few uncles. Like there's a lot of people that have passed really circling him and supporting him. So I want you to know that. And also that your efforts are being noticed. That the way that you are caring about him, worrying about him, and sending good vibes to him, that's noticed as well. So keep up your good work as well.
hmm
Okay,
That's awesome.
RJ would love a crystal suggestion.
Just a general one.
Yeah.
RJ, I'm immediately drawn to either tiger's eye or tiger iron. So the difference is, tiger's eye is it can be yellow, red, or blue. Tiger iron is tiger's eye that has some hematite in it. If you can see these little, like this is a piece of red tiger iron. So these are stones that help with your self-esteem, and they're also protective and balancing of the root chakra. So particularly the tiger irons. So they just have little veins of hematite through them, and hematite is a grounding and protection stone. So they're a great combo work together in one stone. I have several different pieces here of it, but I would encourage you to look for a piece of tiger iron. Easy to find, inexpensive, great little stone to carry in your pocket. Use it as a palm stone. I feel like it will help to boost your self-esteem, but also help to encourage a sense of safety and stability in your life.
Awesome. Okay. Oriana said, people never like what I bring to potlucks. Why? My maternal grandmother, Genevieve, had the same problem. So here's what I got from that actually. Oh, I looked into it because I was like, what the heck? Why? I feel like with you, it's because there was once upon a time that you just brought something that nobody was drawn to. And now it's created this like sense of anxiousness. Like when there's a potluck, you're almost like, oh no, not this again, you know? And so whatever you're bringing, I feel like might just kind of have that energy of anxiousness written all over it. So here's my suggestion
Yeah.
to you: whatever you bring, bless it on your way in. Just bless it
Mm-hmm.
so that it's not, and maybe even clear it, use some energy work and clear it so that it's not carrying that energy of being anxious or concerned, because I feel like that's what's actually kind of repelling people now is
Mm-hmm.
that worried energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also feel like you might try
Yeah.
bringing something really
Oh,
simple like chips or cookies or brownies from the store or something like that, just to kind of break the pattern. You know what I mean?
yes. That's a great idea. Great idea. Wanted to say hi to Danny and Tracy, both just popping in.
Yeah.
And Maureen said, bring brownies, never go wrong, right?
True.
Yeah.
Rude.
It is true. My son plays college football and they have a game on Saturday because of course their season is in the spring this year. And their coach had sent out a note. The parents feed the kids the night before the game. And sadly, I never get to be a part of that because we live so far away. But he said, I need to ask several parents to bring a few sheet pans of brownies. He said, that seems to be the favorite dessert. And that's what the boys, they seem to do well with that. So could I get several parents to bring a few sheet pans? I went, my God.
Yeah,
Apparently,
there's a
it
lot
takes
of
a lot of
brownies.
brownies to feed a football team. I'm just
Apparently
joking.
it does.
Yeah. Okay. Moonbeam says, any messages for me from my guides or angels? Thank you. Christy, do you want to grab Moonbeam and I'll grab Candace? Candace
Sure.
says, I'm still pretty
You
new
bet.
around this channel, but I'd take any messages or stone suggestions or anything in general. I'm pretty open. So, yeah, if you want to grab Moonbeam, I'll grab Candace. Oh, no. I'm afraid we stalled again. I am hoping you guys can still see me. Man, what a weird tech night we're having, huh? Okay, well, I'm going to keep going until I hear otherwise. Actually, Moonbeam, I think instead of reading for you, I'm just going to go ahead and pull you a crystal in the essence of time. So we're doing this like divination. I actually pulled you. Oh, look at this adorable, adorable little amethyst. All right. So I feel like for you,